son, Joaquin Guzman Lopez, and Mexican drug lord Ismael Zambada are now in U.S. custody, both arrested yesterday after landing in a private plane in New Mexico. NBC4's Robert Kovacic live in the newsroom with more on this major arrest. Robert.
And let's talk, Colleen, about why the federal government says this is a major arrest. The U.S. government estimates there were well over 107,000 overdose deaths in the United States last year. The majority of those deaths, close to 75,000, blamed on fentanyl. Fentanyl, made in Mexico, shipped to the U.S. by a cartel with two of their leaders now in custody. In the words of Attorney General Merrick Garland tonight, they are behind one of the most violent and powerful drug trafficking organizations in the entire world. They got him, two men surrendering to authorities without incident when a private plane landed at a small airport in New Mexico, just minutes away from El Paso. Late tonight, the Justice Department whisking the arrested pair out of the airport, where they will soon face multiple charges. It's a big arrest for the feds, and the hope it will have big implications for the synthetic drug epidemic in the U.S. The government blaming the Sinaloa and Jalisco cartels of being at the heart of the crisis. The Sinaloa cartel was run by notorious drug lord El Chappo Guzman, who is now serving life in prison. In custody now, 76-year-old Zambada Garcia, El Mayo, who is said to have co-founded the Sinaloa cartel with El Chappo, helping to run the criminal organization for 3 decades. The DEA said tonight he was one of their most wanted fugitives, offering a $15 million reward. Now, the arrest of El Mayo strikes at the heart of the cartel that is responsible for the majority of drugs, including fentanyl and methamphetamine, killing Americans from coast to coast. With El Chappo behind bars, his sons inherited his drug trafficking empire, and on that plane that landed in the U.S. today, one of those sons, Joaquin Guzman Lopez, who was wanted for $5 million. The DEA says his arrest is another enormous blow to the Sinaloa cartel. In 2017, he and his brothers, the Chapitos, allegedly took control of the Sinaloa cartel after El Chappo was extradited to the United States. Last year, the two major Mexican cartels said they were stopping trafficking fentanyl, and the DEA says the Chapitos made a public show about it. But the supply of fentanyl has not decreased, according to the government, and the DEA dismissing the supposed ban of fentanyl as nothing more than a publicity stunt. So at this point, when it comes to the Chapitos, those 4 sons of El Chappo, there is now a total of 2 in custody. 2 other sons have not been apprehended. And you may be wondering, Colleen, why did today's arrest finally happen? The Wall Street Journal is quoting Mexican and U.S. officials reporting tonight that a high-ranking member of the Sinaloa cartel tricked El Mayo and El Chappo's son into flying to Texas. We checked the flight plan for that plane, and it shows destination Brazil. In our newsroom, I'm Robert Kovacic. Colleen, let's go back to you.
All right.